Good morning. Welcome to the premium and public video discussion for Friday, November 18th, 2022. Decided to do a combo video today, mostly because we do have the potential for a few snow showers to march through the region this evening. Yes, even on the coastal plains. So I figure let me show you what's causing that, and that way you're well prepared ahead of the snow threat. Which, again, not much in the way of accumulation here, but when you start to see snow in the air, sometimes people forget how to drive, and, they're caught by the surprise. So I thought it would be a good idea as we close out the week. And also, I want to discuss the Thanksgiving weekend as we have a short week on the way for the holiday. And I want to discuss some of the factors that are leading to a rather volatile weather forecast. First of all, right now it's pretty chilly out there, especially for this time of year. More like in the mid-December vibe more than mid-November, with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid-30s over the northern interior and in your suburbs, mid to upper 30s in your urban areas, upper 30s to lower 40s on your immediate coast, especially on the eastern and Long Island and extreme southern New Jersey. Winds are from the west-southwest around 5 to 10 miles per hour, with scattered cloud cover throughout the region. When we take a look at our latest radar and surface map, here comes our cold front. This cold front will be picking up moisture from the Great Lakes. As you can see, we have a very impressive lake effect snow machine going on here around the Tug Hill Plateau and around Buffalo. And as a result, that caused the NFL to move the Buffalo Bills game to, I believe, Detroit. So they're playing in a dome, so no worries about snow there. So they're not going to be playing in a snowball, so to speak. They're going to be playing in dry, tranquil conditions inside a dome. Meanwhile, this snowstorm will be raging all the way into about Sunday afternoon, and then it'll start to taper off and end with several feet of snow, which, again, for them, this is kind of par for the course for lake effect snow machines. It's still pretty impressive, but it's not that unusual. I remember one Thanksgiving I was up in Oswego in college, which is right about here, and almost didn't make it home because the snow bands were so strong. It had a difficult time getting from the campus to Syracuse in order to fly home. So it could be a real mess, especially around this time of year for traveling and holidays. So this cold front will be marching its way through and heading towards our neck of the woods and keeping alive this moisture, and the energy or the lifting with the cold front is going to support a line of rain and snow showers that will transition over to snow showers. And the reason why we're pretty confident of that is based on the mid-level temperatures here well below freezing. So where we start to generate our precipitation, more than support for snow development and snow crystal growth, just, with surface temperatures expected to be above freezing, even on the coast plain and over the interior for the most part. Not really looking for much in the way of accumulation unless you're in the highest elevations in the Poconos and Catskills, where you get anywhere from a dozen to 2 inches of snow out of this little event. But before we go forward, I want to show you something really important in terms of understanding the pattern that we're dealing with. Now, I've been talking about this in the weekly chat. I've been talking about this to premium members for months, and that is the nature of our weather pattern and these competing forcing factors, okay? Now, you might have heard of the idea that, hey, La Nina, copy-paste, there's your forecast for the season. This is a perfect example of why you can't do that and why that idea is failing and in trouble. When I take a look at pattern influences, one of the things I keep a real careful eye on is whether or not I'm getting convection around the date line in the tropical Pacific. The reason why I keep an eye on this is because this development of latent heat enhances two things. One, your subtropical jet stream, which I'll show in just a moment, and also enhances the potential for troughs to linger around the Aleutians, which builds up ridges around Alaska and the west coast of North America and tends to support storm development over the eastern United States. A book I would strongly suggest reading if you are a meteorologist, or if you want to study meteorology, is the Snowstorms book by Cosimo Ussolini. They go into great detail on research on how this factor here that tends to be prevalent in seasons of active winter storms tends to show up a lot. And we've been seeing this a lot, and it's getting more vigorous. Something just to keep in the back of your mind. Another factor, of course, is what we're looking for in the stratosphere, and this is something that I've been talking about quite a bit. It was in the winter forecast. EP flux continuing to strengthen, and the reason why I'm showing you these two factors is that this factor here helps to disrupt the polar vortex. The other factor, the convection, helps to enhance the jet stream dynamics, and it causes amplification, enhancement of subtropical jet stream, enhancement of short waves. So it leads to a lot of difficulty for model guidance to pick up all these changes and influences going on. So it leads to a lot of volatility. So what you have to do is fall back onto your experience. What have you learned over the years on forecasting? What are some of the signals you're watching out for? And so this factor right here is why you're going to see models flipping and flopping all over the place, especially when you get beyond 5 days. Because you have a lot of moving parts, and you got a lot of features that are influencing your weather pattern. So it's good to understand this is why you can't just automate meteorology, why you can't just say, hey, we're just going to average the models, because you cannot average chaos. Welcome to chaos, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to show you that and get you a good idea of what we're dealing with. Now, when we take a look at the water vapor satellite picture, I talked about the subtropical jet stream, and here is a great feature of one of those disturbances that are marking their way through. Our subtropical jet stream is pretty active. Our polar jet stream is pretty active with short waves rotating around. When we take a look at the upper level winds, it's about 250 millibars. Again, here's our strong subtropical jet stream. Here's our polar jet stream. Here's the ridge I was talking about. Hello, convection. Here's our trough around the Aleutians. Here's our cold air being streamed in. And in this case, because of the speed of the short waves here, it's kind of getting funneled very quickly. So instead of phasing, what you end up with here is a lot of shearing out of the disturbances. So this weekend, as a result, just pesky rain and snow, isolated showers. Nothing significant like what was being shown in the guidance 7 days ago. Now, take that factor and now let's rotate that through for the Thanksgiving weekend. So I just wanted to show you some of the model data here. And again, for today, we have a pretty strong shortwave coming in through. So here, 700 millibars and 850 millibars. In fact, let's zoom in on this. You see this feature right here? That is what's going to allow for our lifting, enhancement of frontogenesis. Look at the 850 millibar temperatures. Watch this rotating on through. So plenty of cold air in place. So this one's going to lead to a nice little vigorous line of snow showers that we're going to be watching out for. I'm going to show you various models showing that, in fact. And then for the weekend, as we march through, again, these short waves are going to be moving through, but notice they're not very organized. Okay, they're kind of broken up, scattered about. So not looking for any type of widespread precipitation, just a pesky shower here and there. Pretty quiet for the early part and mid part of the week. So leading up to Thanksgiving, tranquil weather conditions are expected. So if you're traveling on Tuesday and Wednesday, no worries about the weather. Generally will be moderating in terms of our temperatures. And then we have our question for around Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving Day is fine. Okay, it could be a little chilly, but fine. But after Thanksgiving is where things get interesting. Now, I want to show you this in terms of understanding what we're dealing with here. This is a situation where we're having short waves in the subtropical jet stream and polar jet stream interacting and starting to phase. This is probably the 6th or 7th divot version of this scenario unfolding on the GFS and European model guidance. In other words, how these disturbances interact have been pieced together and shown in so many variety of different ways. We've seen the potential for snowfall down to the coast, seen the potential for a major rainstorm, temperatures in the 60s, temperatures in the 30s, all over the place. And the reason why you're seeing that is, again, because of the interaction and how this feature here eventually consolidates over the eastern United States. So do we see this upper level low take shape and consolidate over the St. Lawrence River Valley, which takes your primary low over the interior, which allows warm air to drive into the coastal plain, and everyone turns in, basically as rain? Or do we see interaction where this feature is more likely to develop towards the coast, and then you get colder air get pulled in, and you get a more wintry scenario, especially for your interior? So basically Friday of next week into Saturday is a big question mark and the potential for a significant storm. The details we don't know, but what I want to do is show you why you're seeing all these various solutions and why you're seeing, if you're checking out your phone, on your weather app and seeing, every 6 hours, temperatures fluctuate from 35 to 65 to snow to rain to nothing to a major windstorm. This is why, because the models are trying to handle this evolution. So the way I see this is that we have a high latitude blocking setup for this pattern. I think it would be more likely to see a low pressure system organized on a coastal plain. And I would not be surprised if we get a nice wintry mix setting up for the interior on Friday. I still like the idea of rain on the coastal plain. And the reason why is climatology. This time of year, your sea surface temperatures along the coast are pretty warm. You really need a really powerful polar/Arctic air mass with intense lifting to overcome those factors. And more times than not, 9 times out of 10, climatology wins out here. So any forecast where they have snow on the coastal plain, I would take with a serious grain of salt until we get much stronger data to support that evolution. So more than likely, you're talking about cold rain on Friday in this scenario. We want to lead up to the snow showers for this evening. Again, it's showing up pretty nicely here on the European, but hey, let's use some other model guidance here. How about some mesoscale model guidance on the NAM guidance? You see those night snow showers moving on through. And again, this is going to be from 4 to 10 p.m., so temperatures will be falling. Definitely support for snow showers in the air. So that's going to be marching its way through. And also showing up on the HRR guidance. So that cold front coming on through. So various models all support this idea. So get ready for a few snow showers rotating on through. As far as our forecast, again for today, watch out for a few pesky snow showers this afternoon and evening. Other than that, sky cloud cover, a bit chilly, with high temperatures in the mid-30s over the interior, upper 30s to low 40s along the coast. For tonight into tomorrow morning, look for sky cloud cover with lows in the lower to mid-20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. For tomorrow afternoon, look for sky cloud cover with high temperatures in the lower to mid-30s over the interior, upper 30s to lower 40s along the coast. On Sunday, high pressure will be building in, but we'll also have a trough swinging on through, so watch out for a few isolated rain and snow showers with winds from the northwest around 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it's going to be a breezy day on Sunday afternoon with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid-20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. High temperatures range from the upper 20s to lower 30s over the interior and mid to upper 30s along the coast. On Monday, high pressure will be in control with sky cloud cover. Look for low temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s over the interior, mid to upper 20s along the coast. High temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s. On Tuesday, high pressure again in control. Tranquil weather conditions are expected. Low temperatures will range from the mid to upper 20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 40s over the interior, mid to upper 40s along the coast. On Wednesday, one of the busiest travel days of the year, look for tranquil weather conditions with low temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 30s and high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 40s over the interior, upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. On Thanksgiving, high pressure will be giving way, so look for increasing cloud cover, but again, tranquil weather conditions are expected. We're watching a cold front early in the morning moving through, but no real precipitations expected, as basically this high pressure is going to be building south. Look for low temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast, high temperatures in the lower to mid 30s over the interior, and mid to upper 30s along the coast. On Friday, day after Thanksgiving, look for increasing cloud cover, rain developing towards the afternoon and evening. Again, this rain could be heavy at times, with low temperatures in the lower to mid 20s over the interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast, high temperatures in the mid to upper 30s over the interior, and lower to mid 40s along the coast. And then for the holiday weekend, for Friday night into Saturday, be watching the evolution of this storm. Again, a lot of details are unknown. This low pressure system could be focused more on the coastal plain and colder solutions heading up over the interior, or you can end up with a focus more towards the eastern Great Lakes, in which everyone ends up with rain. But the key here is just give us some time. Let's iron out some of the data, as we have a lot of volatility and a lot of cogs in the work here to deal with all this. That is your video discussion for today. Have a wonderful weekend, and as always, stay safe out there.